Okay, saw a series on Netflix called Slasher. Started watching this at Halloween and only just finished it. It's 8 episodes long. It's a Canadian TV series. It's on some strange network I've never heard of, Chiller Network, but it's on Netflix over in the UK. It's a contained story within those 8 episodes. I think it's inspired by the way that American Horror Story puts out their episodes, so each series is a different contained story. Whether or not they use the same cast, I don't know. Apparently there's a series 2 that was taken on by Netflix, and whether or not that uses the same cast is yet to be seen in the UK. The main star of this is Katie McGrath, who is currently in Supergirl as Lena Luthor and was Morgana in Merlin. And it's around a small town in, I think it's Canada or America, I'm not sure, I don't know if it actually says, where a serial killer struck many years ago on Halloween night, killed the main character's mother. He's called the Executioner, who wears a big black smock and pretty cool sort of mask, executioner's mask, and cut her from her mother's stomach. It's quite gory from the off, which is good. He actually stabs someone and saws through their body with this great big machete, and then it's sort of cut to 30 odd years later, where she's returned to town with her husband, who's a reporter, to try and make a go of opening a artist shop there. And then the murders start up again. And although we know the original executioner is in jail, we've got to then work out who done it over the course of the 8 episodes. And everyone's being killed in line with the 7 deadly sins. There's lots of homages to other horror series like Halloween, and in particular the director of that, John Carpenter, and his other films that you can spot as you go through. And I think it wouldn't be very fun if I suddenly mentioned them all here, but some are more obvious than others, along with other horror films as well. It's really enjoyable, it's well written, it's got a good plot, it's not stretched out over too many episodes, which is great. So it means that each episode almost deals with a set of characters and their deaths, and makes it all the more enjoyable that you see at least one act per episode. And it sits on a level of sort of gore and weirdness between, say, American Horror Story at the top, because they're sort of anything goes, and a series like Riverdale. So it sits between the two, where it's got that dark, eerie feeling, but it doesn't quite go over the line as American Horror Story does, so it keeps it more realistic. Although when they're fighting the killer in the last episode, you do have to throw out the window any sort of realms of physical injury being sustained. I mean, she runs him through with this 6-inch machete, and he just walks along and runs after her as if there was no issue. But hey, so what? And it's got some really good violence and gore in it, if you're in it for that, but not over the top. It's just, there were scenes with me and my wife in the last episode, like, oh, it's a bit strong, but it's enjoyable in that way. It knows when it's being silly and it knows when it's not. So Slasher, definitely worth watching. Didn't see any fanfare about it or any sort of pushing of it by any of the media outlets or that, but I think it's been on there for about a year or so, and I only just discovered it by chance, but it's definitely worth watching, and it's a good sort of 8 hours of quality entertainment.